begin with our first question for today. Let me read with you guys first one because there are some new students who don't know how to do this. Let me guide them. Okay. So question one says that a frustrated agile team member approaches the project manager agile and project manager. It means he is the team lead to complain that a senior team member is claiming all the interesting backlog items and leaving the tedious activities for everyone else. So there is a problem in the team. How should the project manager address this situation? Before we go and find the answer, you guys will tell me, solving the problems between the team member in Agile is project manager responsibility or team responsibility? Do not go and read the options. Stay with me. Let's clarify it. Then we'll go and search the options. Whose responsibility is this to answer the negotiations?
Team's responsibility.
Okay, so all of you already agree that it's team responsibility. Now you already know the answer. You just need to go down and search it. And that's what we call it efficient technique to find a correct answer. So answer on the chat window, please. Sayur Usman, the first answer you gave, it's not correct. Let's go and search for the better answers. Yes, you're correct. Sama, yes. Usman, yes. Now all going good. Very good. That is the purpose. Look, read the questions. No problem. It's okay. That's perfectly fine. Read the question carefully. It might take some time. But when you already know the answer, you just need to go and search for the correct answers. It will save the time. It will increase your confidence also in exam because whatever answers you have selected, they are correct. You will not be stressed or you don't need to review the questions if you're confident. So yes, look, encourage the complaining team member. Encourage the complaining team member to take assertive trainings. Here the problem is not training. Here the problem is they have problems themselves. Discuss the importance of fairness. Why should I do so? Conflict problem. It's team problem, not my problem. Define a new role. This is team responsibility, not your responsibility as a project manager. Ask the team to define the new ground rules for work distribution. So that's what we call it, self-organizing, self-managing, right? You don't need someone else. To make the question more interesting, approaches a senior team member to claim that another senior team member is doing this. How should the senior team member, if I do this, is there any correct answer among them? Shman, if you guys are trying to go with C, so team member cannot himself define. Team member cannot himself define a new rule. Team member cannot define himself. It has to be the collaborative effort. So again, the answer will be D. Okay, because you cannot define it alone. Everything should be in collaborative. That's what we call it, collaborative team working on concurrent development. Next question. So if you have the solid understanding, whatever the question is, you can easily find the answer. The company has hired a new board with a mission to promote new programming paradigms. The Agile team continues to work on new and existing products. How should the project manager deal with this new development? So problem is continues to work on new and existing software. So team is working on two sides. And the things are coming from the board. So in that case, what could be the right answer? Shama, yes. Hamad, no. Sharat, yes. Yes, Mr. Sheikh. In the last class, when I did share the screen, you guys could see my pointer moving. Can you guys see my pointer moving? The red color one?
Yes.
Yes.
That's clear. So I will keep it like this so you guys know what I'm doing. Great. So inform the agile team that resulting changes will be postponed. Resulting changes, this is not your problem. Whose problem is this? Product owner. He's responsible for backlog management. Be patient and wait until the board gives the team explicit instruction, then decide. This is never the right word for the project management. So as we said, it's product owner. So speak with the product owner to add this change to the backlog. Seems to be correct answer, but let's go next. Negotiate a quiet period with the board to prevent disruption to the team's work. In which situation D could be the right answer? What could be the situation that D can become correct?
I think when they are in the middle of a sprint.
When they are in the middle of the sprint, but changes will, okay, this is one scenario. What else? Anything more closer? In the middle of the sprint. Any other situations you guys can think of it? Or it is the only one you have it in your mind? Negotiate a quiet period with the board to prevent disruptions to the teamwork. D can never be the right answer because negotiation will be done with the product owner maybe. But board cannot come directly. They have to go via product owner. Because if they will come directly, it means you will start entertaining the changes from the board instead of product owner, and he will not be informed. Next, a PM develops a project management plan and a schedule based on agreed upon project life cycle of 16 months. Later, due to changing business requirements, the project sponsor request completion within 9 months. How will you respond to this proposed change? And all of you know when the change request is filed, what project manager does. So use the chat window to answer it. Sharat, yes, good. Usman, no. When the change request is filed, Osama, yes, correct. When the change request is filed, what you have to do with that change request? Usman, yes. Sayyid Usman. Exactly, Navish. We have to perform the evaluation of the impact. Work with key stakeholders and team members to discuss the business requirement. Are we doing the business requirement? There is no business requirement. It's a challenge about schedule. Modify the original project schedule. You can never do this. You are not the decision maker. Who is the decision maker? CCB. And next thing is meet individually with project team member to discuss which de-scoping. Who are you to de-scope the project? Yes, PM cannot do. Look, I always give you these hints again as he reminds you, Sama. PM can never take direct actions. PM has always need to do what? This. He can never delay for the next week. He has to take the actions. Next, a PM needs to ensure that the team delivers business value within the required timeline. The PM recently learned that the key stakeholders are worried that the current release plan will not meet urgent business needs. How project manager can effectively respond to stakeholder concerns? Renegotiating the scope is project manager problem? Not at all. Consult with key stakeholders and team members to identify MVP needed for the launch. Seems to be a better answer, but let's go next. SPI. Then escalate the schedule list to the project sponsor. The project doesn't say that SPI has started or where is it standing. Question says anything about SPI, that where we are standing ahead or behind or on or something. Question doesn't says anything. And when the question doesn't says anything, no need to do that. Monitor progress using a burn down chart after modifying the schedule baseline. Who are you to do this? Baselines can never be changed without change request, which should be approved by sponsor or change control board. So yes, Susama, you are correct. In that case, remaining answer is B, which was correct. Let's find the MVP. So once MVP is locked, it will be easier to make the MBI. That was a great work. Let's go next. A customer indicates that they would like to add a functionality to a product in development. Although this request is made during the execution stage, the PM determines that the cost for the addition would be small. It means he has already checked the impact. The additional functionality, if successful, would increase the opportunity for profit. What should the project manager do next? Acknowledge. Submit a change request, move forward using the project management reserve, or identify an already developed feature that could be combined with the new functionality. It has no connection with the question. Sharat, yes. Walaikum salam, Hafiz, good to see you. Though a bit late, but nevertheless. Okay, so yes, correct answer is B. Should be officially notified. Cannot take the actions. Next, during the stand-up meeting.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. In the previous, can you go back, sir? Sir, here it is written the project manager determines the cost of additional.
Would be small. It's analogous, right? Right. But anything is a
okay.
change has to
Okay.
go through change request. Nothing verbal.
Change
If it
request,
goes,
okay.
if he does it without change request, what will happen?
Uh,
If he does it without change request, what will happen? What we call it?
change.
Go play.
No, you didn't provide. He's asking.
Okay.
When they are asking, it will be scope creep. When you are doing, it will be gold plating.
But again, evaluation will be done there because the project
Officially, look, he said cost will be higher. From where he got it? Analogous, based on
Analogous.
cost.
Okay.
But anything change should be recorded.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
During one daily stand-up meeting, the team members suggest that rework is being caused because there seems to be too much work. Rework is being caused because there seems to be too much work. When I read that line, I already have a pop-up in my brain that what it could be. I hope you guys also have the pop-up. This line itself is saying something. That's a trap. Problem is rework. Rework is what? Quality related issue. Exactly. So try using a Kanban board for reviews. Will be our second option. First option will always be investigate. If it has happened and if it is happening because of time and quality, whatever the thing is, then we will go through with do this. This is never possible, right? It's not your problem. Request that a team member explicitly implement time boxing or spikes. Time boxing is already there. If I remove time boxing, by running the spike, you can check that the appetite is acceptable or not, which means that can you finish the task in the required work in the required time or not. So yes, D was the correct answer. And it's not for reviews. It's for the progress. What we call it, limit work in progress. Okay. Did I destroy it? Yes. Okay. So we come back to an efficient agile team in a large corporation generated ideas and added features to the backlog. After additional features are tested and completed, the portfolio owner reject all of them. What could be the situation or problem? And I think answer is very clear. This is the property of this is the property of whose property is the backlog? Team property?
Product owner.
Product owner. So it means direct answer is Correct answer is yes.
D.
Small. Use the chat window. The product owner was not informed. Product owner, look, product owner will talk to the sponsor because portfolio will become the sponsor. So yes, D was the correct answer. Next, the marketing director wants to be first to market to launch a version of smartphone for retired people and has asked the team to develop it. What should the TM do to begin the development process? A is the task of project manager. Who does this? Project manager? Or
Team.
team?
Product owners.
Team. Meet with the product owner team and SMEs to identify and risk responses. This is your task or team task,
Team again.
right? They
Team,
should sit
sir, team.
together. They should sit together. What you are doing there? Ask the team. Ask. Is it your problem? If you will do this, then what's the benefit of doing the self-organizing, right? I don't know what is written. I don't care even what is written. If this is wrong, everything is wrong. Meet with the product owner team and SMEs to define the MVP because we are making it for the retired people. So you can provide the guidance. So in that case, remaining answer is yes, someone has already answered correct. It's D. Next. A company is losing market share to competitors with new models. The Agile team is asked to restrict the number of features of a product and release a version more quickly to the market. More frequent. How will you request and how it will impact the planning? Conceptual answer. I will not speak it until all of you will answer it. Sharath, yes. Sama, no. Naveed, yes. Welcome back, Naveed. Good to see you back. Sayyid Usman and Humayun, no. Okay. Look. From where I have to start. Okay. The product vision will be updated. If you will answer from the A part of this question, B could be the right answer, but we always says question is always in the last part. So B is gone. The sprint backlog will be reprioritized to work on the smallest and simple stories first. It doesn't say that the smallest and simple. They are saying restrict the number of features. It doesn't say, does it say the smallest and simplest? No. Gone. Similarly, the increment will be reduced to enable faster product releases. Now we have a tie between A and D. Increments will be reduced or it will be increased. I think this word is wrong, right? Increment should be increased, not reduced. So it is opposite what they are asking. Gone. So remaining answer is A. Backlog will be prioritized to deliver basic functionality in smaller increments, so at least people can work together and provide the feedback and we can improve it accordingly. Well, good one. Next. Wow. The pandemic has caused delays, which will make it very difficult to launch on time. TV ads for the launch date are already purchased, so the CEO has asked the PM to find a way to launch the product if some minor features are not included. If some minor features are not included. Something related to, I think, prioritizations again. Let's go read it. Which measures would be the most effective step towards a successful and timely product launch? Double the size of the team, that any defects will be detected and corrected. Are we discussing defects and defects? Nothing in the question like this, right? It's the time, so it cannot be the answer. Ask the team to remove product test. Who will take this risk? Plus, this is not your problem. Go on. Fast track the schedule. I think you should answer it. You know the answer. Yes, Sharath, no. Sharath, again, you are taking actions. Actions are not required directly. All of you are going for actions. Why actions? This is what we call it. If you guys remember what we call it, Kano analysis, right? Sharath, you forgot Kano, where we have what? Exciters, and then delighters, and then satisfiers, and indifferent. So as I told you that when I was reading here that it was related to prioritization. So we have what prioritizations, Moscow and Kano. So they are saying some minor features are not included, which means they are saying remove the indifferent, I don't care. Remove the indifferent, I don't care, which means that is what? Descope the unnecessary predictive task, which is what? Indifferent features. So remove it from the, so if you read the definition of indifferent, what it says, that these are those things that customer will say, remove it. I don't need it now. I have more better things to do. So that's why D is the answer. Some of you have answered C. Fast track the schedule and establish the new test and readiness milestone as close as possible to the planned launch date. Fast track will increase the risk. So that's right, D is the right answer. So I think I gave you enough explanation. It was related to Khan. When you read the question, you should start getting alerts. What is it about? So your answers will be correct. If you will just go and jump to the answers directly, trust me, you will make a biggest mistake. Okay, a complex project with high security protocol has key stakeholders located globally. A senior manager requests confidential information to be shared with a project partner. I think communication management plan and a stakeholder engagement plan should be the answer, but let's go and find out. You do it and then I will help you. Look, by reading the question, your instincts should start giving you the hint. Correct, Usama. Yes, sir, you're smart. Yes, sir. Is it because I gave the hint or you found the answer? I should not give you the hint, right? But I'm just giving you the hint so you guys can remember it. That look, when you read the question, your pop-ups should start alerting you. What is the question about? Yes, all of you are correct. And unfortunately, I gave you the hint, so I will not give you the hint for next question. Project is delayed because deliverables are not of acceptable quality, which means definition of done, definition of ready, or acceptance criteria, something is wrong. A change is required. First, the PM issues a change request and communicate. The stakeholders are not satisfied with this. They want more detailed report about the nature of the delay. What should the project manager do next? Yeah, I didn't give you the hint this time, or better hint. Find the answer. So, review the communication plans and stakeholder plans. Provide a change request to include a stakeholder expectations. Organize a meeting with the sponsor to better understand. How can you do this, guys? How? I don't know how, what you guys are doing. And review the communication management and follow it and issue a status report. Organize a meeting with the project sponsor. Problem with the stakeholders. Why you are going to sponsor? Sponsor will say, boss, I don't know. Go and talk to them. It's not my problem. Provide a change request to include stakeholder expectations. Maybe you were thinking it's correct, but you forgot what is this. It's not related to the question. So far, it is good. So far, it's good. But this is not correct. So always read from start to end. Do not think that it is the right answer. Now remaining A and D. If you find a wrong word in the beginning, no need to read till last. But if it is not like this, read until last. Stakeholders are not satisfied with this. Exactly, someone has finally answered. Correct. Naveed and Usman. Not only the communication plan, but also the stakeholder engagement plan. So this answer is coming from here. And this is the stage F of monitor and control. Because something is not working correct. So you need to look at monitoring and controlling. Wow, let's go next.
Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
But here in this question, that the stakeholders already, they are not satisfied and they are asking for more detail.
Yes.
Okay, so in option A, there is only option A is only talking about engagement.
Engagement plan.
Not the engagement plan. Only
what is the stakeholder engagement plan? That you need to identify the level of interest, power. But communication management plan is what? Who needs what information, how, when, by which technology, and which format.
I think what I am thinking is all four options are wrong, sir.
You have to review the communication management plan, that what they need.
They are not
communication management plan. They want more detailed report. So you have to go and check in a stakeholder engagement plan what detail they are looking for, which I didn't put it. Didn't I make the report according to their stakeholder engagement plan? If not, then you have to review it. That's what we call
Okay,
it, monitor stakeholder plan.
I got the point, sir. I got it. Thank you.
Good, great. Next, the initial draft of PMP is complete. PMP to show the draft stakeholder for approval. PM has limited time. Plan is lengthy. Stakeholders are located globally. PM needs to ensure that the review of the plan is completed on time. What actions should the project manager take? And I think the answer is very clear. You can easily answer it. I went through all four of them and I can easily find it what is the right answer. Hmm. Naveed, no. Hafiz, yes. Sharad, yes. Sam, no, not possible. This word is not possible. You are already going, you are already worried about the time. Right? Where is it? Limited time. When it is limited time, individual things will never happen. Individual things will never happen. And you will say that don't look at the other part. How come? You are skipping the transparency. So remaining answer is A. Okay. Yes. So A, yes. So A, yes. Our project sponsor has been replaced due to a significant increase in project size. How should the project manager approach this change? Answer is very clear. Something is changed. So I guess you can reach to the answer. Hafiz, yes. Good. Some, how can you do it without change? Naved, yes. Usman, yes. Good. What about others? The member has changed, so it means we need to produce the change, right? So D is saying direct answer. Do it. Why to do it? And when the change is happening, so initial plan will never work. I don't know what is written. Initial follow the initial plan is never going to work. So B and C are wrong because of just this reason. And A, tailor communication to the new steering committee, recognizing that there has been a change in stakeholder structure. So tailor, which means go and ask what's the problem and then change accordingly. After A, then D. So this is step one, this is step two. And B and C are never correct. Great. Next, slippages. The PM reprioritized a number of subsequent tasks to try to fix the problem. This did not work, so the project manager needs to escalate the issue. Which two items will the project manager need to consult? You do it? Wow. Project manager needs to escalate. This is the question. where you can find escalation guidelines, and you know the answer. And it's actually 3 answers. It's not 2. It has to be 3 because there are 3 answers correct here. Escalate the issue. You guys are still going with the A, okay? Why I said it? Means I was saying part A. If you will answer with this, your answer will always be wrong. That's what I have kept teaching you so far. Don't do this. Don't answer from the first part. Answer always on the last part. Issue is we need to escalate. Escalation is available here. Stakeholder communication and risk management plan, right? And risk management plan is what? If the new risk arrived, in the risk management plan, you have defined where to provide the escalation guidelines. And for escalation guidelines, you have to find who is responsible. And then communication management plan will guide us how to send to this guy. So B, C, and D, Usman was correct. Not say Usman. So B, C, and D were the correct answers. I hope change was not our part. If you will answer from the initial part, from this part, if you will answer it, then A and C could be the right. A and E could be the right answer. Governmental agency becomes a key stakeholder. Okay, so due to regulatory change. Regulatory means compliance. In light of the change, PM needs to develop an understanding of this new stakeholder and identify any high-level risk from this change. Which 2 options you will use as a project manager? Sharath, yes. Hafiz, your second answer is okay, not the first one. Osama, your first is okay, not second. Usman, first is okay, not second. When the new risk, okay, let's understand like this. When the new risk arises, you will update the risk management plan or risk register.
This register, sir.
Right? So this is wrong. Isn't it? This is wrong. And then you are the boss who can change the charter. You have the authority.
No.
Wrong. And we are discussing what? About compliance. We are not making any assumptions here, right? So A and C are the correct answers. I hope it works. Focus, guys. Register will be used to update it. And informal and unofficial log was set up to enhance communication and morale among team members. Wow. The PM was not previously aware of the blog, but has discovered that the team members are using it inappropriately. It has caused some offense, violations. What should the project manager do? Yes, Sayyid Usman, correct. Sama, correct. Hafiz, correct. Nazish, Naved, and Usman, and Sharat. Why you guys keep forgetting? Why you guys keep forgetting that punishment is not allowed? Direct action is not allowed. You cannot take the direct actions. Why you guys keep forgetting it? A is the right answer. And if something could be done, then it could be D. And if it is not in the assessments, like from communication management plan, it's not like this. So you can do C also. But C is not the first answer. So what you can do after C, if it is not, then what will be the B? So the first answer is correct, A. And if they are following the plan, D. If they are not following the plan, then first answer is A, then C, and D, then B. Did you get the point? Did you get the hierarchy?
C is also a direct action, sir.
No, A, C, B. This is the sequence. First A, if it's not aligned, then you will do first C and then B. But if it is yes aligned, then A and D. This is the sequence of actions. Sequence of actions. Okay. Okay. Next. Similar question, but different meanings. Same thing. The project manager was not aware after letting this use that it use has facilitated some activity that a stakeholder finds concerning. Something again wrong goes. So in that case, Sama, no. Sharat and Usman, yes. Naveed, no. We just discussed. Hafiz, we just discussed few seconds before. Usman, yes, now. We have just discussed. Log the issue, which means you are putting it into the trade. No. Since it is not a part of the communication management plan, terminate the platform. Does it written that it was the part or not the part? And delegate an administrator, no benefit. Remaining A and C. Which answer is better?
A is better.
Right? A is better. And I think, yeah, the last question for today. Wow, very big. Let's try to shrink it. Project A is in exam, you can do like this, okay? Or you can use the highlighter in exam also. Like whenever I do the exam, I always use highlighters. It gives you enough courage to remember and handle the things because you cannot have cannot reread again. Make the pointers. Here's a project A. Developing a customer service prototype. I don't care that for which they are making. This is not my problem. Includes someone prototype scores 95%, which is a passing score, and agreed metrics. The franchise group is unwilling to approve the prototype since it does not fulfill a particular function requirement. But the direct customer groups gives approval. How can the project manager handle communications with diverse stakeholder group? So two groups, one agree, one does not agree. Send a survey, thank the customer for their approval, review the WBS and verify the requirement with the franchise group. Hold a consultation show them the direct customer approval. Blackmail. Check the RISI matrix for which group approval is needed, and if it is unclear, ask an executive stakeholder. Executive stakeholder. Send a survey to each group. For what? I think I did the answer by myself. I didn't give you the chance to do it. Naved, yes. Sharad, is it a good thing? Is it a good practice, Sharad? Usman, yes.
It's not a good practice.
Right? So when it's not a good practice, you will not select it.
I don't think the PM can
It's-
negotiate.
No, he can negotiate, but he's like blackmailing. He's showing that I have the approval. Now you have to give me the approval.
Yeah.
So you're pushing him. Usman, yes, correct. Look, A in any case can never be the right answer. And I just explained C cannot be the right answer. You cannot blackmail them. Remaining B and D. You know the answer now. But this thing is not good. And this is blackmailing. So remaining B and D. And because it is related to the functionality, so you have to go and check because they are saying it's not fulfilled. So what do you have to do? You have to go and check the WBS where the things are missing. You are going for means you are giving an executive stakeholder autocratic decision making. And it is not the right approach. Still unclear? Ask. Till here it's okay. To make the final decisions, no. Why to make the final decisions? Why you want to bring executive stakeholders in? This is executive stakeholders, if you remember. Low interest, high power. And this is high power, high interest. Low interest, low power. And high interest, but low power. Why you want to bring the higher management for something? Why they make you the project manager when they have to come inside? Go and search by yourself. So this is the correct answer. Till here, I agree that it could be the right answer. But asking, okay, I can take his advice. But final decision will be mine or sponsor. If it is like this, I can go for this maybe. But if it is this, never be the right answer. They are the people outside your project, not directly connected. And that's it. 20 questions finished for today.